What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today is a good one. We just went and saw 2024's Monkey Man from director, starring, and writer Dev Patel. He absolutely slayed this movie. What I can only describe as a underdog revenge story about an Indian John Wick. You know, and it's not quite exactly any of those things, but it is a fantastic revenge story, telling the story of this young man and how he doubts himself, and sometimes he's got to let the beast loose, and he comes back and has his revenge, you know, and saves not just revenge for himself, but revenge for the city, and gets better living for the people. Almost like a Robin Hood type story at points, you know. But I really enjoyed, like, this movie so much, and it's so different in the story about just how it got made, and like the challenges behind the scenes, COVID, getting shut down. He broke his hand during shooting, broke his toes during shooting, kept going, right? Like, could have had to just shut down for months. Instead, like, just wrapped it up, you know, got the screw put in his hand and just kept it moving. I really love to see stuff like that. But more importantly, go see this movie in theaters if you want to see more movies like this get put out into theaters. Because if we don't support Dev Patel in this movie, other movies like it can't get made. And to me, that's more importantly why I went to go see it. But I had a really good time, and just off the bat, it has a cinema score of a B+, which is pretty good for a first-time director in Dev Patel. You know, and just it's hard to direct and write, let alone star in it and be injured and trying to do all that, like wearing all the hats he did, and he was producing, and it's just crazy. And then this movie was supposed to be on Netflix, I believe, and then got dropped, and then got picked up by Universal because Jordan Peele saw it, and Jordan Peele was like, listen, this movie needs to get a theatrical run. So now it is. Like, that just is amazing to me that someone like Jordan Peele of Key and Peele, if you guys don't know Jordan Peele, he's director of like Nope and Get Out and Us and stuff like that, but he's a great man for doing this for Dev, and I hope the two of them actually start making some movies together, because Dev Patel killed it in this. And I think the weakest points in my mind were the script and like the storytelling aspect itself, but the visuals, and just like, I did enjoy the story quite a bit, but I just thought there was a couple little points that could have just elevated it even more. But for what we got, I friggin' loved it. But this is a poster we got for Dolby Cinema. You can see Dev up there in the middle of the DD, the commissioner chief with the mustache, his coked out partner in crime in the restaurant. We're gonna be talking spoilers for this, you know, not entire spoilers, but definitely going to be talking about the movie. So spoiler warning for those of you that haven't seen the movie and don't want to hear about it. Get out of here, go see it for yourself. But for those of you that just want to hear about the movie, I'm going to be talking a little bit about it. I love the white guy that's like the announcer in the Octagon. I know him as Murdoch from the A-Team, but his real name is Shrolto Copley. He was in District 9, Elysium, Monkey Man, Chappie, Beast. Oh yeah, he was in Beast with Idris Elba, Maleficent. I know him from A-Team as Murdoch. He's a crazy man in that. He's like swinging on the rudders. He's the helicopter pilot. Rudders are good, sir. I'm worried. You know, like, it's a good movie. I reviewed that movie on the channel. Go check that out. But I just thought it was great. The female, oh god, we'll get into it more. But just like right off the bat, like, I thought it was wonderful that Jordan Peele's production company is called Monkey Paw Productions, and this is Monkey Man. So like, just seeing this like little monkey paw stirring a coffee cup at the beginning of this was just like the perfect tone setter. Like, yeah, we're about to get into a Jordan Peele produced, Dev Patel directed and starred in Monkey Man movie, and then it jumps right into the ring, and you just see this monkey face, and like, it's kind of scary, you know. It's kind of like, whoa, what the fuck are we about to get into with this like raggedy monkey mask? But we get right into it, man, and we see him unleash the beast. We see him get beat at first. He's beat up, but then slowly they start to unfold the story, and we start to see this backstory of like, his hands are burned, and they gotta like connect the clues. And my buddy's one critique was like, I don't know, it was stupid, I didn't get it at first. And I'm like, yeah, it's a movie. You're not supposed to just get it at first. It's not supposed to be so dumb that you just like get spoon-fed everything, which I think how he likes things. For me, I'm okay with being confused for a while, as long as by the end of the movie I'm not still confused, which I wasn't by the end. You know, he was a young man, and like his mom was his biggest thing in life, and they would talk to each other about how they worshipped Hanuman so much, and she would call him her little Hanuman. So this story is almost like, is this a man being an underdog and coming to the aid of his people, but also fighting back for the revenge of his mother? Or is this the story of a man that is got the spirit of Hanuman trapped in him, and he's got to unleash the beast and be the monkey man? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but it's up for interpretation for sure. But we see this little kid staring by the standing with fire in the background, and this man smoking a cigar in front of the fire, causing the fires, as the chief of police just told to wipe out these people so that the government or whoever he works for can get the land. So just kills his mother and the whole village out of pretty much cold blood. Just terrible stuff. But like, visually, oof, I loved like the black and red, and just like the Dev Patel stone serious look, how he was kind of disheveled. There was one part where he kept feeding a dog in the alley, and I was just waiting for the dog to keep coming back and back, but they never really kept going on with the dog. But nothing bad happens to the dog, so I'm cool with it. But the elevator doors open up, and you see him walk through into this room. I friggin' loved seeing Dev Patel in the suit, you know, just all suited up, kicking ass. Oh, it felt so very John Wick. There's some really badass, like, John Wick fight kills in this, you know, with the little knife and shit like that. At one point, he walks up, he could pick a giant cleaver, but instead picks a small knife and another knife, and puts one in a guy's knee and stabs another guy with the other small knife a bunch of times. I was like, Jesus Christ. One of the main parts to me that felt like it maybe got cut out, like maybe there was a storyline about it and they got cut out for time or whatever, but I was really hoping that the female lead here, because I thought she was gorgeous, her name is Sobita Dulepala, and she was gorgeous in this movie. What was her character's name? Sita. And she was, oh, she was so hot in this, and she doesn't really have, they made it look like she was going to be this main character, but she doesn't really have any real character moments other than she hits like the bad lady in the back of the head with like a serving tray, and then he takes her thumb so he can use it on like the door as like a scan to get in. Oof. But I thought her and him should have smooched at one point. You know, I thought there could have been like a love story between them two that would have been nice. I did love the transgender community out in India, whatever they are called, I'm sorry, but they were clearly transgender, and it didn't feel like forced or like a woke, stupid, like some people might be like, oh, they made it woke because he put culture into it. Like, go fuck yourself. There's people in the world that do whatever the fuck, and to see the world reflected in a movie 100% accurately is very warming to the heart to see, and not just have dumb people in the world throwing around the woke word like that's some fucking, it's woke. Go fuck yourself. If you use that as an excuse for why you don't like something, you don't even, one, know what it means, two, you're just a hater. Go fuck yourself. I loved this transgender community, and the main lady, I don't remember her name, but she was like talking to him and was like, listen, you need to remember who you are. And I'm in the theater getting like a little emotional, like teary-eyed. I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it, because I love when there's an underdog and he was beaten and he was hurt and they took him in and they were like nursing him back to health, and then there's this badass part where he's got to like tune up the band, you know what I mean? He's got to get back into it, and he's and he's punching the bag, and they're doing it to music in the same way like there would be like a Rocky running up the cliff, bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum ba bum ba da, you know, and he's running up the do 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 do, right? Like same thing, but just Indian version, right? And he's got a little drum, and the guy's going crazy on the drum, and he's going crazy on the pads, he's sweating, I'm like, damn, dude, this is fucking awesome. And the ladies are in the background losing it, going, oh! like, he looks good doing it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, this is awesome. Just like, it felt like a good moment. Another great moment, he walks into this like bar to fight people, and it's like a sex club, and there's people just fucking in like little cubbies and rooms all over the place. So this like guy comes at him with an axe, he's fighting him, pins him up against the wall with this axe, you can see, and then all of a sudden he like pushes him back, and the guy swings the axe at him, and he kind of like ducks back and just hits a bystander, like a guy just walking through, like, and I was thinking about it, I'm like, so one of two things just happened. That guy just fucked, and he just nutted, and he's walking away like, man, that was great, and then gets an axe to the neck, just, wow, what a good nut, and then just dies with an axe through the neck. Or he's like, man, oh, I'm so excited, I gotta go meet my girl, she's down here, da 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 da, and I'm like, oh, either way, it's like, my entire theater, that was a pop in my theater. Everyone was like, oh, not the bystander, you know, and we all started chuckling. But this kill got by far the biggest pop in my theater, because it really just like showed the monkey man, and he was like, you know, fighting this guy in the theater, and then all of a sudden he like goes to stab him, and he, you know, he's stabbing him, and he sticks him in the neck, and it's like sticking out still, it's not like pushed all the way in. So I thought he was gonna headbutt the blunt end of the knife into it. Instead he like turns and grips it with his teeth and like pushes it into his neck with his teeth. And it got a huge cheer and reaction in my audience, and like everyone just audibly like gasped. But I loved it, I really did, it was so awesome. But now I can't get this out of my head, right? And Dev Patel said he wants nothing to do with it, but I heard a rumor, people being like, after this, you know, fan casting, people want him to be the next James Bond, which I think would be awesome, just to not have a white guy and have an Indian guy, especially Dev Patel, and how much swag and swagger he had in this movie. He didn't really show that he could wield a gun all that much, but hand-to-hand combat, he's got that shit. Not that Dev Patel couldn't wield a gun, just his character wasn't all too gun savvy. He ended up doing most of his fighting hand-to-hand combat style. But just seeing him in a suit, man, I was like, ooh, he would look like a badass John Wick, friggin' 007 type of character. But then once again we get back in the ring with the monkey man, and I just, every time we were in that ring I was like, damn, there's some badass stuff. But I love that we got like an Indian Andre the Giant, if you guys know what I'm talking about, this big guy with the singlet here. All of a sudden he like drop kicks him and he beats him, but I'm like, as soon as he walked in I was like, holy shit, that's a big boy, I didn't know they made him that big out in India. Damn. But yeah, no, Andre the Giant Indian style was cool stuff, especially over the weekend. I just watched WWE WrestleMania. It had me in the vibes going. I watched this movie on Saturday morning and then watched WrestleMania that night. I was in the mood for it, let's just say, and it hit pretty damn hard. I loved it. I loved the closing fight scene, although the order kind of seemed a little crazy to me, because the whole time you were like fighting the police chief, and then he kills the police chief, and that felt like the climax of the movie, and you're like, damn, yeah, he killed him. But the set that he kills the cop in didn't seem like climax worthy, and then we have this final set piece that's supposed to be the climax of the movie, and I don't know, it just didn't hit as exciting as kill the other guy, you know what I mean? So like once he came to this guy, I was like, okay, he's killing this guy for the people because he's doing fraudulent shit. He killed the last guy for himself. But either way, he walks in and there's a mural of the Hanuman in war, and this big giant monkey with a crown standing over everyone, like leading these people into battle or something like that. And, you know, of course he walks up and he covers it perfectly, so you're supposed to think of Dev Patel's character as this Hanuman, and this bad, like, monk-looking guy, or whatever. He's like the spiritual leader of these people. He stabs him in the gut, and then stabs him through the hand, and he takes the thing and stabs him back, and stabs him, I think, through the mouth or something, or in the heart or something like that. But stabs the guy back and kills him. Oh man, it was just an all-around good story, good-ass movie. Once again, the monkey mask, like just seeing him in the ring was so awesome. Loved it to see that. But the lighting and the colors of everything, and like he finishes killing the guy, and he like turns, and there's a guy like in the background like, oh fuck, are you gonna kill me too? And just like the way he looked at him, and the lighting with the purple lights or the red lights, or just everything that the visual cinematics of this whole movie looked fucking amazing. Shout out Dev Patel, shout out everyone involved. I really enjoyed this movie. Comment below if you've seen Monkey Man or if you want to see it. Go check it out for yourself. Overall, I give this movie 4 out of 5 stars, about an 8 out of 10, and I cannot wait. 8 out of 10 in the theaters, right? If I had saw this for the first time at home, I don't know if I would have liked it as much. Maybe a 7 out of 10 at home. Definitely an 8 out of 10 experience in the theaters for me, with a full crowd, with people on the opening weekend having a good time. I had a good theater this time, unlike my theater for Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. I had a dud theater for that. No one was having fun except for me. But people were having fun in this theater for Monkey Man, and I was having a good time. And can't wait to watch this movie again once it comes out on you know, digital release, or comes out on Netflix, or wherever it's going to end up. It'd be funny if Netflix dropped it, got sold to Universal, and then somehow makes its way back onto Netflix after the theatrical run. I would laugh pretty hard, but it's probably going to end up on Max or Hulu or something like that. But stay tuned for the next video, you guys. We're going to be talking more movie reviews all throughout this week. Go check out my Letterboxd, link down in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, all my other social medias, links in the description below. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss the next video. I'm Big Cam, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.